that really we are turning upside down the way how buildings are traditionally built. What that means, usually you have architect designing the building, and then mechanical engineers coming in doing the energy modeling, and then building out the whole neural network of mechanical, electrical, and plumbing systems inside of the building.
And that so in the architecture process, that usually happens after the outside.
After you have a design.
Outside of
after you have a design, right?
Yeah, after you have the walls design and the physical building, how it looks and all that design.
Exactly. And then what happens is you have always customized this mechanical systems, very expensive to design, to bring to the site for people to understand what's really in those boxes. It's really, it's really hard. And then you have people, usually when mechanical installers come to the construction site, you don't have buildings, building structure is not prepared for those parts to be installed. So you have to have someone, drilling, cutting, and putting those components, coordinating, communication from the site, off site. It's really complicated process. And so the real saving, what we get is putting those components and parts inside of the factory, building them always the same, and even before we have a client, right? And then basically you have this mass-produced same component that is, and then you're sharing the cost of the design and also the engineering between different projects. And during the design process, right, it's the key part. You can only design certain building within the utility building rules. So you're basically following the design rules of the utility and then generate design options within that, the capacity of solar, the capacity of water, the way how it's installed, everything that it's basically defined in our software, parametric design software, that is basically algorithmically can decide what's the appropriate design given the conditions on the site, given the utility package and everything else. It's really easy process from there. And versus, having someone, manually doing that all the time, repeating all the process always on the site, it's always different.
So to summarize, let me try to summarize it, and you edit me or correct me as you see fit. So Cosmic Homes essentially is a holistic approach to home design and building, where it takes into part the utility block aspects of a building up front. And by doing that, through smart design and procurement and delivery, it first of all brings that cost, the utility block cost of a home, which generally is 30% of the home assets, brings that down to 10 units from 30. So essentially saving 20% of the cost of a home. And then also brings in a smart financing element to that remaining 10% infrastructure that goes into the home to be financed over the long term. So even bringing a better, a less costly and more easily financeable and with better terms financing to home ownership. And while doing all this, creates a more sustainable, closer to zero emissions home, essentially.
Yes, that's all. It's very well description of what we do. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, well, thank you, Sasha.
Thank you, Kerim.